As always, KHCoder generates an interesting analysis for us. This is Bertrand Russell's collection of works, all of those titles that were in the collection of works PDF document for this class. Each one of those titles, all of that was combined into one giant text file and then run through KHCoder. Here's the result here using a co-occurrence network. It's my personal favorite, so that's pretty much what we look at for all of these courses. And maybe someday I'll branch out into the other ones. Anyway, this is over here. I'll bring this out first. So we have, right now we're looking at centrality betweenness. And I'm kind of being a bad teacher, professor, I don't know if you can call me professor, teacher, whatever, that I have the centrality betweenness. I don't know what these mean. So I need to read the manual and figure out exactly the difference between all of these. Right now, all I know is that when I change them, the different colors show up. So we'll go back to the centrality betweenness. I think it means that this is more central than all of these other bubbles. So so state is a very connected word, thing is a very connected word, and then government is a very connected word. Based on how many, I'm guessing based on betweenness, so I won't guess though. I'll figure it out for the next lecture. So here we have government being connected to China, Japan, the Chinese, the war, and country. So I can just kind of talk a little bit about this. This is kind of an interesting thing. So these government systems, when people come together and form these governments, it creates a boundary, right? And so it creates a government is like everybody coming together and being put into one unified government. And in this unified government, there is a particular set of rules and boundaries, and everything's kind of individualized within a certain group of people. And I think when this happens, it creates an us and them mentality rather than the mentality of we're all people. And this can create factions and different things that I think inevitably lead to these different kinds of things. Okay, going on over to here, we have the state, power, also connected to law, so you have the state and the law, which is connected to cause, follow, general, science. Or it might be connected to time, and time might be connected to science. I can't really tell there. But I think, yeah, okay, so since it's not perfectly straight, I think law is connected to time, and time is connected to science. Okay. And then we have the science, philosophy. Of course, we know Bertrand Russell thought quite a bit about things. And now, just to get into his thoughts a little bit too here, we can see he thinks about things in a really interesting way, I think. So when I think of things, I usually think of things in terms of whys and hows, and I ask a lot of questions, and I'm not really too involved in the details of images. I'm more of a conceptually related person. That's how I look at things. I look at things in terms of concepts. And Bertrand Russell, to me it appears that he looks at things in terms of time and images and space and points, and this really kind of intrigues me here because he's dealing with these things in terms of these sort of abstract physical properties of these different things that he's looking at. So he sees them as objects, and he's looking at the world. I think he's very observant. He's observing the world greatly, and thinking about it in that kind of way, which causes all of these different words to appear within the documents that he's creating. And he has different sensations, propositions, facts, knows. So now we're getting kind of into his knowledge when he was writing about the theory of knowledge and everything, dealing with facts and what we say. Here again we have the image again, even connected to the sensation. And these are really, this thick edge here means that these are highly connected words. And so these form together quite often, the sensation and image. And so these images must be creating different sensations within Bertrand Russell. And we have true propositions, logical, we have that aspect right there. Over here we have more of a belief thing that goes again with the theory of knowledge. Reason, integrating reason with belief. What we desire to believe, again there. Really is kind of interesting the way these different things. Let's look at a couple more of these bigger bubbles. Means this word is used more often. So we have man here used very often. World, different, object, facts, know, say, make, case, knowledge, time, number, the mathematician in him, I suppose, law, certain, certain. It's kind of an interesting word there. What is certain connected to? Certain law, certain kind, certain number. It's kind of weird, huh? Certain fact, certain objects, and certain relations. Okay. Rather curious. We have the mind here. Connected to the world, facts, and thinking. So the mind, he's thinking with his mind. Generally, that is good, to think with the mind and spend time focusing on different thoughts and different things there, reasoning through things. Okay, I think I've thoroughly explored it with this centrality between this view. Let's go over to communities. So here we have the communities, and this is how, like I said, I wasn't 100% sure, but it appears that these words are closely related, and we're forming these words based on the different communities. So we have space, point, time, number, event, follow, method, present, philosophy, question, consider the problem. Okay, so it's fun. I think it's cool to look at this in different ways too, because we can see here, because I would have never noticed that all these connect in this way, but that's how they connect. So we're asking questions, we're considering those questions, there's problems, relating those problems to philosophy, coming up with different methods, probably to solve the problems, and dealing with these things in the present time. Over here, so all of these are connected. Thought, world, mind, regard, different, thing, object, fact, know, say, case, suppose, true, sense, relation, exist, knowledge, kind, certain, view, law, physical appearance, place, state, matter.